And I love I don't know if you call it a tradition or whatever, but I love following your stories of when you got the kids in the car and you're taking them to school. And you know what I'm about to ask you. I mean, everybody else doesn't, but like, did you just one day decide to start that? How did that come about? Like, I love it. I think your 13-year-old maybe loves it sometimes, but not all the time. But I love how the kids interact with it. So explain to me how that came about, and then let's tell everybody what you do as when you get the kids and you're driving them to school, because I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I people comment on that quite a bit. Yeah. So, I mean, we're in a very seemingly relaxed society now, right?
Yeah.
Technology, God love it, but also God hate it. I mean,
Agreed.
it has enabled so much, but I feel like it has removed, particularly with kids, that work ethic, that push to like dominate, right? And
Yeah.
so every morning, I decided like we're gonna be at war with that mediocrity at the Saunders house, right? And in school and in life. And so every morning, this started with my 13-year-old, by the way. So the school that I dropped my littles, we call them the littles, my littles off. I have a 7-year-old, about to be 9-year-old, and a 13-year-old. But it started when Ella, my 13-year-old, was, maybe in fourth grade or something like that. So she's been through this before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Every morning I'm like, what are you going to do today? Dominate, right? And then now, we go through some other things. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Right.
In this family, we work hard and show grit. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And right. I'm trying to establish the fact that they can do anything that they want, right? And we know this, right? People are like, some people are all about college. Some people say college is a scam. And I think at this point in life, depending on what it is that you want to do, and I know you didn't say anything about college. I think, if you have a specialty you need to go get education on, you do that. But I feel like that you can literally do anything that you want to do with or without college.
Agreed.
There's masterclass, there's, all kinds of different programs. You got to be careful with the gurus and what have you, but there's all kinds of things that people can learn to do if they decide to do it. And I really believe it gets down to people having the desire to do it, and then the commitment to just dominate it. So I'm telling these kids every morning, I'm having them tell me they're going to dominate their day.
Yeah.
And we're known as that family at the school too, because not only do I have them say it before, while they're in the car, while we're in the school line, but also I try to ask them again as they're getting out of the car, what are you going to do today? Dominate.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it's like, I think the word programming has kind of a negative connotation, because we're all societally being programmed in a horrible way right now. Yeah. So I think what you're doing is you're saying, hey man, we're not going to do that. We're going to take this program and plug it in. And that creates those neural pathways where I guarantee you, whenever they're in a situation, the first thought that comes to their mind is, I'm going to dominate this situation, as opposed to, It's like you said, I think social media is a gift and a curse. I think it's done so many great things for us, but it's also could be the biggest dumpster fire that we've ever created for ourselves. And I think there's not enough of that mindset of you can be, do, and have anything you desire. So I love the fact that you are instilling. I don't have kids, but I always say if I did, like, I call my metaphorical or my pretend kid Thor. I always say, Thor might not have any friends because he would be so different than everybody else. Like they'd be like, hey, Thor, you want to come? He wouldn't get invited to birthday parties or anything, because he'd be all about domination and winning and just wanting to be the best version of himself. So I love that, man. I think that is something that I'm consistently preaching this, because I deal with a lot of like weight loss and transformation and things of that nature. So I'm consistently trying to tell the parents, I'm like, listen, they are watching and emulating every single thing you do. And if you don't want to raise a kid that has to deal with obesity and weight problems and the teasing and the bullying and stuff like that, you got to get your stuff straight so they can get their stuff straight.
So the number one job I have is being a dad. Is being and I don't go by daddy. I'm daddy. I'm not a dad. Is to prepare them for life.
Yeah.
Like to prepare them at, age 18 or age 22, whether they go to college or not. And of course, we all want our kids to go to college, but we don't want our kids to go to college for little bullshit
Yeah. Like basket weaving.
studies.
Right.
Like, let's find a path you want to be on. Let's find out what you need to get down that path and then go dominate it. Right. But our job as parents is to prepare them for life. And so, owning a business all of these years, I have seen the mediocrity just go up like this. And it gets down to, and again, it's like technology is a gift or a curse. I really believe that that technology has removed a lot of the basics in life. And I feel like the number one thing that's going to be the sheer standout in the future is going to be work ethic and, or the two things, work ethic and initiative.
Yeah.
And so